Hello friends, welcome to ELS English Literature Studies with Gaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss Nizam Iskeel as a pioneer of Indian English poetry. Nizam Iskeel is already discussed by me on my channel, and I will provide you link in the description box. If you are interested, you can check that link. But before starting, let us discuss about him in brief. Nizam Iskeel, poet, playwright, art critic, editor. Nationality Indian. Time period 1952 to 2004. Genre modern English, Indian English poetry. Notable works: Night of the Scorpion, right? And notable awards: Padma Shri, then Sahitya Academy Award. Now let us discuss him as a we can say pioneer of Indian English poetry, right? Nizam Iskeel is known as father of modern English poetry and also post-independence Indian English poetry. He is the source of inspiration for the contemporary Indian English poets. His poems are a piece of perfection as he rises above his personal limitations. All writers of the time reveal some aspects of contemporary life and prevailing thoughts and feelings, and in doing so, they try to assert national identity in one way or other. This is particularly true of some of the poets of Commonwealth countries, right? In the same way, Iskeel is also consciously Indian in his sensibility. He came to write about his Indian temperament. Indianness has been very distinctive feature of modern Indian English poetry, and Iskeel is no exception in this regard, right friends? Most of them are bilingual poets, but our poet Iskeel writes only in English. He has given Indian poetry a local inhabitation and name. Iskeel not only tried to describe Indian culture, but he has made a good use of Babu Angrezi, right? Babu Angrezi in his poetry depict Indian attitude. He used irony as a weapon to depict the characteristics, or we can say to depict the features of Indian attitude. He endeavored to demonstrate it mostly in his three poems. A very Indian poem in Indian English, Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. and The Professor, right? His very Indian poems in English language depicts characteristically the Indian attitude to Swadeshi Angrezi. It is very common that the Indians pretend to show their command over English language if they are versed at it. They frequently use present continuous tense in place of simple present tense, and Iskeel he very beautifully analyzed and developed this idea of national trait in one of his poems. The poem I'm going to discuss in brief is The Patriot. Here he says, I'm standing for peace and non-violence. Why world is fighting. Why people of world are not following Mahatma Gandhi. I am simply not understanding. Use of present continuous tense here. You can check it out yourself. Fighting, following, understanding, right? This poem, The Patriot, is an ironical poem written by him in 1977 that criticized the Indians of adapting foreign habits. The narrator of the poem is a patriot. Nizam Iskeel prefers to define this word patriotism with simple and ridiculous acts we all have adapted from foreign culture, that is narrated in the first person point of view in the present continuous tense. This poem outlines different trends that Indians adapt from foreigners, defeating Indian culture and tradition, and the narrator criticizes them, though he himself a hypocrite. Next, we can talk about him, about his style. That his style is very refreshing, adding humor to irony. Before Iskeel, there was no Indian poet who was writing in English who took the risk of treating such topics using typical Indian English in poetry, right? High-sounding learned words and phrases, metaphors from the British ways of thinking and writing, expression of Victorian English, long and complex syntax, and perfect idiomatic usage. This usually mark formal Indian writing in English. And it is Iskeel who gave a special Indian aura to several of his poems. For example, we have his poems like The Patriot, then Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. This poem is a star on the way Indians use the English language and their typical way of speaking English. It is a piece of social satire in form of a farewell speech. There remains a lot of impact of the mother tongue when Indians try to talk in English. Here, Eskil narrates an incident when a woman, Miss Pushpa, is supposed to leave India and her colleagues arrange a goodbye party for her, right? In fact, Nizam Eskil makes fun of the way in which semi-educated Indians speak or write the English language. He ridicules the errors in grammar which many Indians commit while speaking the English language because it is not the mother tongue, right? In other words, he mimics the Indian way of speaking English with so many faults, and the poem is highly amusing. Next is The Truth About the Floods. Friends, I'm getting comments from your side that you want my WhatsApp number and you want these notes. Friends, if you want a hard copy of these notes, let me know in the comment section, that then I will provide you a link. From that you can get hard copy of these notes after clicking on that link, right? And I hope you will understand that I don't want to give my WhatsApp number. And thanks a lot for your lovely comments and for your support. So let us continue. The Truth About the Floods. Nizam Eskil, in his poem The Truth About the Floods, narrates the plight of the ordinary people who are ravished by the severe floods in the villages. In this poem, there is a journalist who visits a low urban area where people are living under the belt of poverty. He says that people, they were living in bad conditions and there was no one to help, right? The children were suffering from hunger and there was no medical facility. One villager speaks how he lets his 2 children to the mercy of God while his remaining children are begging somewhere to sustain their lives. The treatment is universal. The treatment of theme in this poem is universal as it depicts the pangs of human sufferings. With this poem, he creates authentic atmosphere of their fields and their collapsed houses. But there is apathy and indifference on the part of government officials. The villagers would not talk to a reporter because they mistook him to be a government official. And the whole poem is full of grim irony, right? Next poem. Another poem which shows authentic Indianness is Entertainment, right? This poem, Entertainment, this captures a familiar scene in most Indian cities, a faithful description of monkey show, which everyone can easily witness in streets of India, dancing to the beat of the drum, right? And in this poem, Entertainment, Eskil represents poor rural entertainer who sustains life in utter hardships. In search of money, this monkey man moves from one place to another. He entirely depends on the favor of the public. Eskil here shows not only the plight of monkeys but also wretched condition of monkey master, right? The crowd thickens as the show climaxes but melts away when it is the time for the payment. Next poem is Background Casually. It is a confessional and autobiographical poem. It shows the poet's commitment to India, especially to Bombay. He ponders over his failures and achievements, and he also reveals his love for India in this poem, right? The poet ironically describes the feelings of religious and communal discrimination in India. He also satirizes the status of women in India. That is not the part of this poem. This is another. That he also satirizes the status of women in India in his poems, right? Women are treated as a minor citizen while men under Western influence do whatever please them, right? And this discrimination in both sexes clearly brought about in his poems about women, status of women in India, right? Eskil's comment, this comment clarifies his relation with India when he writes, "I'm not a Hindu and my background makes me a natural outsider. Circumstances and decisions relate me to India." This is a comment by Eskil, and this shows that his poetry is full of Indianness, A typical Indian atmosphere is always seen prevailing in his poems, right? Instead of direct statement about India, he creates characters who are representative of Indian lifestyle and mentality. And he shares his laughter, he shares his smile with these characters, right? And to conclude, we may remark that Indian poets have tried to express their Indianness in their genuine way, and Eskil's poems in Indian English are a good source to look into the Indian ethos of the poet. His poems are not only for the purpose of creating humor through caricature of Indian people, right? And these poems shows us poets' first-hand experience to represent India, to represent Indian flavor. The poet used common Hindi words like guru, ashram, chapati, burqa, mantra, etc. He used these words to represent Indian flavor, to create an illusion of real life, right? He represents the Indian way of life. The typical strength of his poetry arises from the fact that his ideas are rooted in Indian soil. So friends, this is all about today's topic. I hope you will like the content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel. And if you are new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching.